My essay on native speaker combines the recurring themes of family, identity, and culture. My thesis is this. Looking at the multicultural families that he is a part of, it is possible to see the many identities of Henry Park, but as each of those families falls apart, he is left feeling lost and insignificant. Over the course of my essay, I talk about the three families that Henry makes himself a part of. The first family that Henry is a part of is the one he grows up in. His father is so overbearing and strict that during his teenage years, an important time to discover yourself and your identity, Henry wasn't able to form one. Due to the excess of Korean traditions that his father imposes, Henry does not feel a strong connection to his Korean culture. He marries Lelia, an American woman, in hopes of feeling a connection to American culture and being able to form an American identity. He forms a strong identity as a father, but when their son dies, everything changes. Their marriage falls apart, and it's difficult for him to feel a connection to Lelia without thinking of the death of his son. His identity as an American husband and father are ruined. He works closely with John Kwang and feels an attachment to this Korean-American man. He spends more time with him and grows close to him, enough so that he becomes a part of Kwang's family. But when Kwang betrays his family by having Eduardo killed, Henry is disappointed in the Korean-American culture as well. I focused my research on Korean-American families, identity, and immigrant culture. A few times, I would be looking at an article that cites the information in a past study, so I would look that up and use that information as well. That's actually how I got the most important piece of research for my paper. It was an article written in 2005 by John Barry, all about acculturation, or the different ways that immigrants adapt to the culture of their new country. It was a very relevant source that helped enhance my argument. In the library, I gathered 10 sources, based on whether or not the title seemed relevant to my topic. I quickly discovered that most of my sources were not useful. However, many of the articles led me to other sources, like the aforementioned John Barry article. So, those 10 sources, whether or not I used those particular ones, were all crucial in helping me get to my final 6 sources used in the paper itself.